Hey, what is up, everyone? So, many of you may have noticed that for the past 3 years, I've made a live reaction video to the Oscar nominations actually being announced. This year, I did film my nomination, but it was on lunch while I was at work, and the video actually got interrupted twice because my camera cut out. And then I got a call from someone because I was on my phone, and I just don't have the energy to edit that all together at the moment because I just got back from a trip from England, which was great, but I am also still very much on England time, and I'm very tired. But that being said, there are some points that I would like to get across. I do plan to see as many, if not all, of the Best Picture nominees that have been released thus far. Um, it's a little bit interesting. I'll make a whole separate video on this. But the multiplex up by me is brand new, but has less screens than the previous two multiplexes combined up in Traverse. So therefore, not as many of the films can make it up here. But luckily, we have the State Theater and the Beachy by the Bay who are coming to save the day. Of the 9 Best Picture nominees, again, why can't they just go for 10? Have been announced. I have seen 2. I have seen Lady Bird. I saw it way back in November. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I'm so incredibly thrilled for Greta Gerwig, who has gotten a directing nomination, the 5th woman to receive the honor. Hopefully she will become the 2nd woman to win the award. Saoirse Ronan for lead actress, absolutely. I think that she should win. Laurie Metcalf also for supporting actress. I really hope she wins. She is excellent in this movie. And Greta Gerwig got a nomination for screenwriting. So I believe that's 5 nominations total. Let me scroll down. I have the Wikipedia page open. I believe that's 5. Yes, that is 5. Shape of Water I have not seen yet, but has 13 nominations, which is 1 short of the record. Of course, La La Land got 14 nominations last year and tied it. The other Best Picture nominee that I have seen so far is The Post. I may actually make a separate video about The Post, comparing it to Spotlight, both written by Josh Singer, both centering on massive scandals in journalism. The Post was good. And again, I haven't seen the rest of the nominees, but of the 9 that are there, I feel like once I have seen all 9 of them, that will be, to me, the weakest of the bunch. It's not Steven Spielberg's greatest role directing. It's not Tom Hanks's best work. It is a very good movie. I'm shocked, actually, to see that Bob Odenkirk did not sneak in for a Best Supporting Actor nominee. I thought he was very deserving of it, very good. Meryl Streep did get her obligatory Best Actress nomination because it wouldn't be the Oscars without Meryl. Other nominees for Best Picture: Call Me by Your Name. Absolutely thrilled, especially for Timothée Chalamet, one of the youngest actors nominated in this category ever. And also excellent in Lady Bird, so if you want more of him, definitely go check out Lady Bird. Darkest Hour, I've heard mixed things about, in terms of war dramas. Yeah, we have 2 World War II movies, I've just realized, in this category. The other one being Dunkirk. Speaking of which, finally, Christopher Nolan gets his directing nomination after so many just things. Knocking it out of the park is amazing. Get Out, I am so thrilled for. Got 4 Oscar nominations, all big categories. Best Picture, Best Director, Jordan Peele, the 5th black man to be nominated, and hopefully maybe will be the first one to win. Excuse me. Daniel Kaluuya, Best Actor, fantastic. And of course, Jordan Peele got a screenwriting nomination after being snubbed by the Globes. And let's see, the other nominees: Phantom Thread. I'm sure Daniel Day-Lewis is great in it. That might be the one that I'm least excited to see. Although I did hear Paul Thomas Anderson on Fresh Air today, and it did intrigue me a little bit. But we'll see. Of course, the post is there. Shape of Water. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is actually currently playing right now, and I could use a free voucher to go see it. I'm a little bit tired to do that tonight. It's also kind of late, but I might do that before the week is out. I love Frances McDormand and everything she's in. I think that the Best Actress category, it is a very strong category. Sally Hawkins, Shape of Water, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya, no Best Picture nomination for that, by the way. Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird, and Meryl Streep, The Post. I think it's going to be a toss-up between Frances McDormand and Saoirse Ronan. So, yeah, and speaking of the director category, we have Paul Thomas Anderson, Guillermo del Toro, a Latino director, Greta Gerwig, a woman, Christopher Nolan, a Brit, Jordan Peele, an African-American. This is, I think, the most diverse directing category we've ever had. I will say this. If Greta Gerwig wins, it might be a bigger deal than when Kathryn Bigelow won. Kathryn Bigelow, of course, has done great work, and I actually am kind of sad to see the lack of nominations for Detroit being completely shut out, and that's not just because I'm from Michigan, but I think that the acting in particular was very good, the writing in particular was very good, anyways, Kathryn Bigelow, not to underscore the achievement of her winning Best Director Oscar, the first woman to do so, and to do so over her ex-husband, no less. That was a very masculine film, written by a male. She won, but still kind of playing within definitely a more male-dominated genre, whereas Lady Bird is definitely a female-driven film, written and directed by a female, starring women, and it tells a story that's very inherent to women, and I very much connected with it, and I think if Greta Gerwig wins, it will be a victory for films not only by women, but about women. So there's that. So I may end up watching Dunkirk later on tonight on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. If it's not, I'm going to rent it. I do want to watch the Best Picture nominees tonight. At Best Actor, Gary Oldman. I'm hearing a lot of people saying he might win. I will definitely have to see Darkest Hour to give my opinion on that, because my overall opinion of the film is that it's not great, and I've seen the trailer for it, and him as Winston Churchill looks very made up in CGI. And speaking of makeup, it did get a Best Makeup and Hairstyling nomination, so definitely good job for them. Supporting actor, Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project. I'm so mad that this is the only nomination for The Florida Project. That movie is so good, and the director was on the Maltana Movies podcast a few episodes back, and wow. 2 nominations for 3 Billboards here, Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell finally getting Academy love. I feel like he's been one of the best underrated actors. Richard Jenkins is in there. Christopher Plummer. Suck it, Kevin Spacey. This has got to be like the nail in the coffin for Kevin Spacey. Like, wow. Supporting actress, Mary J. Blige. And lots of love for Mudbound. And speaking of Mudbound, Rachel Morrison. Please remember this name, because she is the first woman to be nominated for cinematography in Academy Awards history. This show has been going on for 90 years. 90. And we finally have a woman nominated. That being said, Roger Deakins is also nominated and has never won. I can go without him winning for another year. Much as I love Roger Deakins, he has been a cinematic consultant on the How to Train Your Dragon movies, which are just absolutely look amazing. So, good work on that. Mary J. Blige, Allison Janney, I, Tonya, Leslie Manville, Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf, Lady Bird. I hope she wins. And Octavia Spencer, once again, fantastic work. Best Original Screenplay. I think this might be my second favorite category so far. The Big Sick. Yay, and congrats to Emily V. Gordon and Kumail Nanjiani. I love that movie. I own it on Blu-ray. It's so good. Get Out, of course, Jordan Peele, Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig, Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro, and Vanessa Taylor, another woman nominated. So that's 3 women in the original screenplay category. And we have 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, obviously. Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, the only nomination for that. I will say, though, I am happy for Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber because they wrote the screenplay to The Fault in Our Stars, which I thought was also very good. Logan sneaking in here with the Best Adapted Screenplay, of course. Molly's Game, Aaron Sorkin getting his nomination. I am, actually, now that I think about it, I would have subbed Meryl Streep for Jessica Chastain. Anyways. And Mudbound, Virgil Williams and Dee Reese. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that this film is getting so much love. Animated feature film. If you are familiar with what has been going on, at least in mainstream animated feature films this past year, it has been a lackluster year, and there is no bigger indicator of that than The Boss Baby being nominated for an Oscar. Oh my gosh. This is one of the years where I really have to defend myself being an animated feature film fan. I didn't see that many of them this year, not a lot worth seeing, and the ones that are worth seeing didn't even make it up here. So The Breadwinner, I have not seen it yet. I really want to, but it's probably never going to make its way up to Traverse City. I hope it does. Coco is probably going to walk away with it, even though I think that it's about time that an indie animated feature won. And, of course, you know, can't stop the Disney train. I'm not a fan of Disney at the moment. Ferdinand also sneaking in there. Good bounce back for Blue Sky after the disaster that was Ice Age 5. And Loving Vincent, again, another indie animated movie that I wish made its way up here. This is the problem with me living in a mostly rural area, because I need to see all these movies and they're not going to make it up here. Best foreign language film. We have A Fantastic Woman, The Insult, Loveless, On Body and Soul, and The Square. I don't know if I'll be able to see any of these again, because I don't know if they'll make their way up here. Best documentary feature. Huge snub for I Am Evidence. I actually saw this at the Traverse City Film Festival this past year. The director and the subjects were there. That is such a moving documentary. Especially in the light of the Me Too movement. It is, for those of you who don't know, it is a documentary that documents the huge backlogs of rape kits in several cities throughout America, and how it's affecting how serial rapists can, you know, escape prosecution just because these things are never investigated. So please, please, please definitely check that out. Two amazing female directors who I got to talk to at the Traverse City Film Festival, and they were very lovely, and they do such good work. Best original score. I'm conflicted here because I think that Michael Giacchino should have been in there for War for the Planet of the Apes. But of the nominees that are here, Dunkirk, Phantom Thread, Shape of Water, Star Wars, Three Billboards, I'm going to say that Dunkirk is probably going to win. I think it's probably the most unique of the bunch. And plus, Hans Zimmer has not won anything since Lion King, so maybe that'll come around. Best Original Song, I also don't think it's been a great year for song, although I am happy to see Sufjan Stevens nominated for Mystery of Love from Call Me By Your Name. And I'm happy to see Mary J. again nominated for Mudbound. Other than that, we have Remember Me from Coco. We have This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, which I don't really want to see. As much as I love Pasek and Paul and in La La Land, a lot of the genius of that movie was also down to Justin Hurwitz writing the music for the songs. A lot of people forget that Pasek and Paul only wrote the lyrics. Sound, very happy to see Baby Driver in both of these categories. My God, that movie's amazing. Now we're getting, and Blade Runner 29 also there. The best sound editing and mixing categories are identical in terms of nominees. Probably go to Baby Driver. Editing probably should go to Dunkirk. Production design, Beauty and the Beast sneaking in here. Blade Runner 2049 should probably win this. Blade Runner 2049, did that get a cinematography nomination? It did. Okay, phew, good. Darkest Hour in there for that. Dunkirk, Shape of Water. Probably Blade Runner 2049, if I'm being honest. Makeup and hairstyling, Darkest Hour, Victoria and Abdul, and Wonder. I'm so glad to see Wonder sneak in there. That is a lovely, lovely, lovely film that made me cry. Costume design, Beauty and the Beast, Darkest Hour, Phantom Thread, which I think will probably win. Shape of Water and Victoria and Abdul. Film editing, Baby Driver, Dunkirk, I, Tonya, Shape of Water, Three Billboards. I think Baby Driver should take this. I know that film editing is usually an indicator of who's going to win Best Picture. But I really do believe in this case that Baby Driver deserves to be on this list. And finally, for Best Visual Effects, which is probably the easiest nomination that Wonder Woman could have gotten, and it is Shut Out. But of the ones that we do have, Blade Runner 2049 will probably win. The other ones being Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong Skull Island, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes. Actually, now that I think about it, Blade Runner and War for the Planet of the Apes might battle it out for this one. Overall, it's a very good crop of nominees. There are very few hardline snubs, I think. That I can think of off the top of my head. I would have liked to see, actually, now that I think about it, Big Sick in there for Best Picture. They go for 9. They could, like, sneak one more in there. I think Big Sick, or even Wonder Woman could be in there. I do take issue with, the Academy maybe saying, like, you know, oh, we can only honor one woman. Like, can we honor women across the board? Patty Jenkins did excellent work in Wonder Woman. I've seen that film, I think, about 10 times. I watched it on the plane to England and watched it on the plane back. It is that good. And I own it on Blu-ray, so there's that. Overall, very, very good field nominations. So, multiple nominations. Shape of Water leads with 13. Dunkirk has 8. Three Billboards has 7. Darkest Hour, Phantom Thread have 6. Blade Runner 2049 and Lady Bird have 5. 4 go to Call Me By Your Name, Get Out, Mudbound, Star Wars The Last Jedi. 3 go to Baby Driver and I, Tonya. And 2 go to Beauty and the Beast, Coco, The Post, and Victoria and Abdul. So, who do I think will win Best Picture? As of right now, I'm really, really pulling for Lady Bird. Again, my opinion might change as I see the other nominees. This is just me as a horror person. I just want to put that out there. This is no slight to anyone who worked on Get Out, because it absolutely deserves these nominations. I am someone who has a legitimate fear of horror movies. I just can't. But I will try to watch this movie, because if every other person who has recommended this movie to me has said, like, this transcends the horror genre. And you know what? I am excited to see it. I want to see it. I'm so excited that a movie like this, with such commentary on racial relations in modern day America, is getting this kind of recognition. So I will see it. Very diverse Best Director category. You can tell throughout all of these nominations that the Academy is really trying to get membership across the board that is more diverse. And I'm so thrilled that in the same year, not just like, you know, once every whatever, in the same year, we have a woman, a black man, and a Latino man nominated for Best Director. I'm a huge fan of GDT, actually. He's been doing good work for years. I absolutely love Pan's Labyrinth. I think it is a classic. And I'm excited to see Shape of Water. Again, like, I'm not much of a horror person, but I will watch these two, Get Out and The Shape of Water, because I'm just excited for them. I'm just so excited. And Call Me By Your Name. Again, a story with a gay relationship at the forefront. Yes. So, yeah, that is my thoughts on the Academy Award nominations. Not a great year for animated features. Normally, each year I think of an animated feature that they could kind of slip in to and be the 10th nomination for Best Picture, but this year I can't really vouch for it. I think the only animated feature really that I saw this year, if I'm being completely honest, is Lego Batman Movie, which I am actually kind of shocked is not in there. I would have so subbed out Boss Baby for that, but maybe it came out too early. But well, Get Out came out in February, March. But anyways, that is my thoughts. Thank you for bearing with me. I don't know if I'll be doing a full return to my channel anytime soon, but I do want to. I have a new laptop, so hopefully my software will work on that. In any case, thank you for watching. If you would like to see more of my videos, or even if you would just like to go through my archive of uploads, I have plenty of Oscar talk, especially in the last 3 years. So remember to leave a comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm much more active on there. Not so much my Tumblr anymore, but you know, if you want to have a good time, definitely come talk to me about film. I guarantee we'll be able to have a great discussion. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.